Alrighty guys, so we're going to be breaking down Amazon's earnings very quickly in this video, which you guys can see right now after the bell when I'm filming this video. Amazon is down about $5 a share. It closed at about 112, almost 113 bucks, and when the earnings initially came out, the stock shot up to 117, and again now it's at 107. So it is selling off about $5-ish, around 5, almost 5% right now when I'm filming, and when you're watching this video, it could be green for all we know. But right now after the bell, it is selling off, as you guys can see, and this is after a crazy run that Amazon had, and quite frankly, all these big tech names had a pretty big run the past couple weeks. You guys can see Amazon took out roughly 104, 105 bucks. That was a big resistance. We had a blow-off top rally to about 117, like I said, and now when I'm filming the video, it's cooling off, and it looks like we're still above 104. So even though this is getting hit, decently hard after the bell, bulls are still in charge as of now, and they will remain in charge as long as we're above, or bulls are above, or the stock is above 104 bucks a share. And another thing worth mentioning before we jump into the earnings report, well, it's the slides, all that good stuff. We have an inverse head and shoulders. Let me redraw it here on Amazon, and it's clear as day, right? We have the left shoulder right there. I might butcher this, guys, but bear with me. And we have the head, and we have the right shoulder. And it looks like it's pretty much playing out, and there could be some more upside. Who knows? Maybe to 120. We shall see if buyers come in. 120 is where that right shoulder would complete, in my opinion, at least. So with that being said, now that we have a little technical background on what's going on here on Amazon, let me actually shift over here to the PDF, and we'll see what is going on with these numbers. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I kind of want to keep this video between 10-12 minutes. We'll see how it goes, but we are going to zip through this and talk a little bit about it. So if you want to access this, guys, and little pro tip here, this is very simple. All you guys that have been in the stock market for a while, you probably know this, but if you're a beginner and you want to access any public company's information, just go to that company, and in this case, Amazon. Go to Google and type in Amazon Investor Relations, and it'll pop up. The first link will take you to their website, and you'll be able to see all these reports. And again, just type in whatever company you're looking at and Investor Relations after that. So this is Amazon, and we're going to run through this again pretty quickly. So pay attention and bear with me. Net sales. This is their net sales, and this is how it's split down between North America, which came in at $93.3 billion. That was 63% of their net sales. We had international, about $34.4 billion. Then we had good old AWS, which is growing pretty nicely. That came in at $21.3 billion. And you guys can see here, this is up 9% year over year. We can see Q4 of 2021, and this is actually good considering we talked about the big tech comps from last year. A lot of them are down. A lot of them are down on revenue, but Amazon's not. Last year, Q4 2021, they did $137.4 billion. Crazy, guys. I know, that's crazy. And they just did a hair under $150 billion in Q4 2022. So that's pretty good, guys. Up 9% year over year. Not too shabby. And if we come down a little bit more here, this is net sales trailing 12 months. You guys can see that number was roughly $460 billion. You guys can see that was Q4 2021, and it is now $513.9, almost $514 billion for Q4 2022, trailing 12 months. And you can see how that's breaking down from North America, international, AWS. You guys can see AWS is about $80 billion. International, $118 billion, of course. North America, $315 billion. You guys know that. And then we come down a little bit more. Operating income has come down from $3.4 billion, and you can see it's down 21%. Let me show you guys that. Again, from $3.4 billion in Q4 2021 to now $2.7 billion in Q4 of 2022. So that's coming down, but to be honest, guys, that is not too much of a concern to me personally. I do have a little bit of Amazon. It's not a big position at all, but that's not a concern to me overall. The company is, I'm pretty sure their CapEx has come up a decent amount, and maybe we'll see that here on this presentation here. Operating income for trailing 12 months has also come down. It's down 51% year over year. You guys can see back in Q4 2021, it was $24.8 billion. Now it's 12, pretty much half of that, $12.2 billion in Q4 of 2022. And look at this, guys. Their net income is down 98% year over year. 98%. And let's see here what it says here. Q4 2022 net income includes a pre-tax valuation loss of $2.3 billion, included in non-operating income expense from the common stock investment in Rivian. Oh, okay. There you go. Compared to a pre-tax valuation gain of $11.8 billion from the investment in Q4 2021. So Rivian, yeah, if you guys didn't know, Amazon owns, how much of Rivian do they own? They don't own, obviously, the entire thing. Let's see. How much of Rivian does Amazon own? I just clicked it in. Yeah, 10%. That sounds right. It says here, and I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but the first thing that popped up, it says Rivian revealed in a recent legal filing that Amazon owns at least 10% of its stock. Okay, that makes sense. So net income is pretty much flat. It's pretty much flat at this point, $278 million in Q4 of 2022. Then we have net income loss trailing 12 months is actually down about $2.7 million in Q4 2022. And in Q4 2021, it was $33 million, or a billion rather. So that is pretty intense there. Pretty big drop for Amazon across the board for net income, operating income, all that jazz. And if we come down a little bit more, here's segment results for North America. You guys can see net sales up 13% year over year. We kind of talked about that already for North America. Operating loss, of course, they're losing they're losing money there. That is down. The operating loss is $2.8 billion for trailing 12 months. And if we come down a little bit more, segment results for international, net sales down 8% year over year internationally, and operating loss, losing money there. You guys can see that clearly. Trailing 12-month operating loss was $7.7 billion for Amazon. Then if we come here, AWS, which is their growth engine, one of their growth vehicles, right? AWS is growing a good amount. It's up 20% year over year from $17.78 billion in Q4 2021 to now over $21 billion in Q4 2022, guys. And operating income is down 2% year over year, but they're still pulling operating income from what's it called? AWS, which trailing 12 months, it's almost $23 billion. And the company right now is free cash flow negative, trailing 12 months, $11.5 billion negative free cash flow, and that was in Q4 2022. Q4 2021, it was negative $9 billion roughly in free cash flow. And if we're coming down here a little bit more, what else can we see? Free cash flow, less principal repayments of finance leases and financing obligations. We don't have to look too much into that. And then if we come here and see shares, they don't issue shares really. I mean, they're buying back shares, right? Actually, I'm sure they're doing a buyback program. I forget exactly what it is, to be honest. But looks like here, common shares outstanding, we're at 10. Are these in millions, billions? It's got to be millions, right? 10 billion. Oh my God! Shut up, Siri. Either way, that has pretty much stayed flat. The shares year over year. And that's pretty much it, guys. And if we come down a little bit more here, we get into the nitty-gritty numbers. Here we have free cash flow, coming down a little bit more. Actually, no, if we, this is not going to show all the financial statements. But yeah, if you want to see the financial statements, simply go to Amazon Investor Relations, and you could do that with any company for that matter. So that's a quick little rundown on what's going on here on this presentation, guys. And again, I advise you to go look at this on your own, do your own research, listen to the conference call, do all that good stuff. Me just running through this is shouldn't be the only thing you look at if you want to go and buy Amazon. I'm not telling you to go buy Amazon. I'm not telling you to do anything. But all I am saying is you got to do a bunch of research in the markets before you make a decision. And when you make a decision on a stock, and I'm not trying to sway you or do anything, I'm just simply breaking it down. When you make a decision, you have to make it on based on your own knowledge and your own judgment, right? If you try and make decisions based on what other people are talking about, it's not going to work for you long term. You got to be confident in what you do, your decisions, and have a reason why you're buying a stock. And there's this great exercise. If you can't explain what a stock does to a 5-year-old in 30 seconds, or maybe let's say a 10-year-old. 5-year-olds, I don't know. A lot of 5-year-olds are smart, don't get me wrong. But let's say if you can't explain a stock to a 10-year-old in under 30 seconds using basic terms, you don't know what you're doing with that stock. Move on. Don't talk about it or don't invest in it because you don't know what you're doing, right? That's the reality of the matter. And, again, Amazon, technically speaking, right now looks pretty good. It's above 104 still, which is solid. It's right around 107 when I'm making this video. I'm not sure where it's at when you're watching the video, but that's a quick breakdown, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to get all your free stocks linked down below, up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and up to 12 stocks from Webull. Free money, guys, and it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you all, as always. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there, as always, guys. Peace out.